In the magical world of Disney, there once lived a boy who was given 3 wishes by a certain genie to spend however he wanted. He fell in love, became a prince, and also used his 3rd wish to set the genie free. Hi guys! Welcome in today's episode where we shall talk about the 1992 Disney animated movie called Aladdin, whereby we shall talk about 13 characters who mostly featured in the film. We shall talk about their lives in the movie, their personalities, what role they played, and then later we shall talk about the perfect people behind the voices, who they are, and how old they are in 2024. And then, as usual, we shall learn the lessons each of the characters taught us, and how they affect us in our day-to-day lives. We first find the genie, who was initially seen trapped in an oil lamp located in the Cave of Wonders. He served as a slave to whoever held ownership of the lamp. This particular genie possessed powerful cosmic powers which he uses to give out the wishes. Even though he worked as a slave, he was always full of life and had a positive energy every day of every time. He was so easygoing with everyone, and was the perfect embodiment of the word extrovert. According to the script, the reason he was so full of life was because most of the time he was trapped alone in the oil lamp, so given the time to socialize, he never wasted even a minute. He told jokes, entertained everyone, and gave people a reason to smile. And having lived for thousands of years, he saw a lot, learned a lot, and was a very wise being. The peddler, on the other hand, appeared at the very beginning of the movie, and was seen singing a song called Arabian Nights. He was a merchant who sold goods to his audiences, and was the initial carrier of the genie lamp. We never saw him again, but his voice and that of the genie were blessed with the iconic Robin Williams, who was an American actor and comedian, and has been an idol for many comedians who look up to him and his mastermind works. Sadly, this legend passed away on the 11th of August 2014 due to depression. Aladdin was first seen as a street boy in the city of Agrabah, who did all he could to survive the unfairness of life. Since he was a child, he spent most of his time scraping for food and stealing from shops because he had no money to buy any goods. He always had a pet monkey by his side, who we shall look at later, and both were thieves in arms and were always being chased by guards due to theft cases. But later he met a beautiful princess called Jasmine, and they both fell in love, and his life changed for the better. Even though Aladdin was poor, he loved life, and was always optimistic for a better tomorrow. He enjoyed stealing and being chased by the guards because he knew that he would never be caught, and not just stealing, he also enjoyed sharing his food with other starving street children and his best buddy, Abu. Having lived a tough life made Aladdin a quick thinker and an intelligent lad, and that's what made him survive all that time alone as a kid. A man named Scott Weinger voiced him, who after playing Aladdin, has also went on to role in the Netflix sitcom called Full House, playing Steve Hale. Princess Jasmine was the daughter of the Sultan, and was the ruling princess of Agrabah. She was like a caged bird, as she was never allowed out of the castle premises. Her role as the princess made her live a very introverted life with no friends, and was only kept company with her pet tiger. She was so lonely all her life, and being a woman back in those days meant that she always got disrespected even by low-ranking officials, which made her life a living nightmare. Anyway, that never bothered her too much, as we saw that she was a no-nonsense woman with zero tolerance for anyone who dared to belittle her authority. And even though she was denied entry into the outside world, she always sneaked out and visited the market and the people, and that's how she actually met Aladdin. Her beauty was that of a soft lady, but her heart was strong and brave like that of a lion. A beautiful princess voiced by Linda Larkin, who is an American actress, and has had the honor to be awarded as one of the Disney Legends in 2011. A bird named Iago was a parrot that belonged to a villain named Jafar. He was so loud every time he spoke, and was always so obsessed with riches and power. I mean, why was a bird obsessed with money? It doesn't make any sense. Just like any other villain sidekick, Iago was so cruel and deceitful to others, and was always seen to be so confident with Jafar's evil plans. He was like a child, so easily frustrated and emotional to every little detail. He was voiced by Gilbert Gottfried, who was an American actor and comedian who was better known for his exaggerated shrill voice. like which he used in voicing this particular character. It was and still is so sad that he passed away in April 2022 due to complications of ventricular tachycardia, which is always caused by myotonic dystrophy type 2. May he forever find peace. Now let's meet Jafar, the Sultan's most loyal advisor and Agrabah's royal vizier. He always wanted to own the lamp in order to have the wishes to take over the kingdom as the ruler. He was immortal with only the goal to rule. He never wanted anything else. He had narcissistic behaviors throughout the show, and even the genie nicknamed him Senor Psychopath due to his sinister plans. He was everything bad, arrogant, hateful, easily tempered, and had no love to any living being, even his own pet parrot. It was Jonathan Freeman who voiced this evil tyrant, and even after the movie, Jonathan took part in the Aladdin musicals that took part in 2011. Rajah was the loyal pet tiger of Princess Jasmine, who also acted as her sole protector. He was exactly like a modern-day dog, so loving and loyal to Jasmine. It was Rajah who always kept her company during her lonesome days and never left her side. Abu, on the other hand, was the pet monkey of Aladdin. He was mischievous and playful most of the time, and was more of a brother to Aladdin than a pet. Unlike Aladdin, Abu steals because he feels like stealing, and was always in the urge of taking things that did not belong to him. It was Frank Welker who had the honor of voicing these two pets. Razoul was not a major character, but we saw him chasing Aladdin on the streets most of the time, and was his main arch enemy. He always took his job as captain of Agrabah's guards very seriously. He never showed sympathy to lawbreakers like Aladdin and Abu, and was seen taking pleasure from the authority he commanded and was quite happy to carry out executions. Now, Farouk was a businessman in the market who was seen to be so harsh to people, especially those who stole from him. He was also a no-nonsense man, as was shown when Jasmine was not able to pay for the fruit she took, and was almost ready to cut off her hand. These two angry fellas were voiced by Jim Cummings, who we have discussed multiple times in this channel, and is a huge voiceover artist who has done hundreds of roles throughout his career. Now let us meet the Sultan, who was Jasmine's father and the king of Agrabah. Unlike the kings we know, this Sultan was childish and had the features of an overgrown baby. He was also seen to be so kind and understanding, especially to the needs of Jasmine. This might sound bizarre, but Sultan was always dominated by his daughter Jasmine due to his soft-spoken and gentle nature. If it were not for Jasmine's confidence and bravery, the Sultan would have been overthrown by Jafar. The only problem Sultan had was that he trusted people too much, and that was why Jafar was still his right-hand man even though he wanted to overthrow him. He was voiced by Douglas Seal, a man known widely as a film and stage actor, who sadly passed away on June 13, 1999 from pneumonia at a zesty age of 85. Genie in the movie was to show us the importance of freedom and why we should enjoy it while we still can. Aladdin also had a lesson, which was to enjoy the little we have with our loved ones, and also to be contented with it while building for a better tomorrow. Jasmine, just like Genie, taught us the importance of freedom and also to be outspoken and brave, and not let anyone write the scripts of our lives. Even the Sultan, with all his childish behavior and foolishness, taught us on being there for our children each and every time they need us. Thank you for watching today's episode, and I hope to see you in the next video.